be afraid. I am the first and the last who lives forever, and never I hold the keys to death and hell.
Who holds it?
God.
Hi, my name is Michelle Salon, and I am a mother of two, a wife, and now I'm also a homeschooling mother and also a Mindanao tourism advocate, also a breastfeeding advocate, a parenting and family advocate, and at the same time, an entrepreneur. But right now, I'm just going to talk to you about 5 things why I homeschool my children. Number one, the first thing is I want to be the biggest influence in my children's life. And so the values is the most important thing for me. In homeschooling, at least in more than one way, we are the biggest influence in our children's lives. And I do homeschooling because I can disciple my children. I can do family devotions with them every day. We talk about God, and we also catch the things that they need to improve, and we catch that right away. From what I know, there are many kids who go to school and then they come home sometimes and they have certain language that is not spoken in the home, but suddenly it's now spoken because the peers have influenced them. I would like to take that part in the formative years of my kids, that the biggest influence in their life will be us and our Christian upbringing. Number two is I want to take full responsibility on my child's education. Why do I say this? I have a lot of friends who have shared with me some of their frustrations, and let's say some even have horror stories of schools, teachers, and institutions where they put their children to, and where they were very, very unhappy. They paid a lot of money and they're not getting the quality of education that they want. And they feel that the teachers did not take good care. But, I said to myself, I don't want to be that mom. I want to take full responsibility. And if there's anyone to blame about my child's education, it's going to be me. So yes, that is my number two. Number three reason, I hear that the competitiveness of schools these days has brought it into another level, that I have seen certain parents go out of their way to do projects, assignments of their children, instead of their children doing the discovery and the learning. And for me, I am not quite in favor of that it's all about the grade and it's all about the performance instead of what the child is learning. Or my goal here is for my child to have a self-discovery and to be able to learn the steps and to grow his creativity without having to take so much taking over. So allowing them to do their projects, to work on it and make mistakes. And it's okay to make mistakes. And if they do, they can improve on it. So that's where my number three is. Number four, I'm just a little bit appalled, a little, that you pay X amount for tuition, and then right after class, almost everyone has to go to a tutor. Why? Why pay extra? I don't know. Sorry for those that are of tutorial schools. I really respect, because even I would go to tutorial school for something I'm not very good in teaching. But if you are paying a school and then right after that do tutorials, isn't that like a double pay? I don't know. I'm just doing the math. I feel that, like in other countries where I have seen, they make education one part, and then the rest of the part of after school is not going to another tutor, but rather they do chores at home, they do sports, they do other holistic things so the child can fully develop and not just be all about study, 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 study. So I think for me, I kind of don't want to go into that flow. I want to teach my child to be an independent learner and to be able to grasp things um, from what we're learning already and not go to another tutor to relearn what was learned in that day. And then lastly, my number 5 reason, or the 5th reason why I want to homeschool, is because um, in places like Manila, but I definitely am blessed because I live in Mindanao, but in places like Manila, I see the stress on the time. I feel that our children are being trained to have their time used in an unproductive manner. What do I mean? Because of the traffic, I hear stories where they prepare their kids to have breakfast in the car, and then they eat in the car, and then they get to school, and then from school the sundo will prepare ready dinner because of the traffic, and then they get home and they're so tired, and there's no family time much anymore. Very, very little family time, if ever there is. And I feel that homeschooling can solve that, because now you have more time together with your child, and they get the quality of their time. They don't get tired, they don't waste it in the car, they don't waste it anymore somewhere else. But you get things done quickly because you only have one, two, or several students, and they're in different grades. So we get things done immediately. And this is the top 5 reasons why I do homeschool. And please do not be offended. I'm just saying that this is my personal take on why I do. And hopefully it makes sense to some parents. And we want to encourage you to try. It's really a life-changing journey, and it's great for both the child and the parent.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm going to share you the Holy Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control.
Yay.